In this week's episode of Hunter x Hunter, the doctor is in, and he has a prescription of pain going directly to Ging's face. This week's episode had one of the most satisfying, badass moments of the entire series, and it's easily in my top 5 favorite moments from the series now. Leorio has returned. He was the awesome, funny doctor from the first half of Hunter x Hunter, and now he has some brand new powers, and he's gonna give Ging a piece of his mind. However, there is a lot of build-up to this scene because we get to see what's really going on with Killua and Aluka, and it looks like even though he was able to escape from the Zoldyck mansion, his father is not going to allow him to just waltz out. In fact, apparently the mansion has these levels of alert. There's level 4, level 5, and currently they're on level 4, and all of these butlers are going to have to accompany Killua, because even though he has been allowed to leave, they're not going to allow him to give up any secrets about Aluka's powers. And this is basically just an excuse to see the return of Gotoh, the coin badass butler from the first half of the series, as well as Canary. She was the one who had that big staff that she used to beat in Gon's head repeatedly. And of course, she seems to have something of a crush on Killua. But we're also joined by another couple of butlers. There is Amane, who is this girl who is very short on words. And then there is Subone, who is this big, muscle-bound old lady with pigtails who is surprisingly intimidating and is the only butler who simply calls Killua by his name and not Master Killua. Subone is incredibly intimidating, and I feel that she's actually going to be one of the big obstacles in Killua's journey to get to Gon. But even after all that stuff with Killua this week, and even getting to see Leorio try to talk to Gotoh and Killua again, which was really funny, especially when Morel had to take over, it's that final scene this week that completely defined everything. They're having this big Q&A session, all the Zodiac members and all the other hunters, and even frickin' Periston is just giving this shit-spewing speech while wearing this gold suit. And I just cannot believe anything this guy is saying. But they're allowing the hunters to come up and, say their piece and say what they gotta say. So, Leorio is the first one to do this. He walks up to the podium and he's very blunt about this. He immediately asks Ging, "Why have you not gone and seen your son in the hospital?" And Ging just says, "Well, you're one of his friends, right? He's got a lot like you. I think that should be enough." And this just completely pisses Leorio off, and he starts to charge up this attack, and then he punches right through the podium, but right before he hits the ground, he creates this small portal, and then suddenly there's this little lightning bolt thing that shoots across the floor and opens up another portal right below Ging, and then suddenly Leorio's arm just erupts from the ground and uppercuts Ging right in the face. Everybody is shocked and floored by this, and this is how the episode is ended. This scene is awesome for a number of reasons, because one, someone is finally calling out Ging on his shitty fathering skills. You can try to dress it up any way you want, but if he isn't explaining or saying anything quite yet, at this point in the show, Jing's a pretty crappy dad. And Leorio's not going to take that sitting down. I also love the fact that apparently he's going to have powers now, because before he was basically just a doctor and sort of the goofy guy. He was there for the humor. But now that he's got this brand new ability, which is frankly really awesome and unique for the series, that's really awesome and definitely one of the best things about this week's episode. The first half was good in a sense that we got to see some familiar faces and a few new ones. I'm really interested to see what a lot of these guys can do because the intro really makes it seem like they're going to be very important. But otherwise, what's the rundown on this week's episode of Hunter x Hunter? I liked it a lot. Mostly for that final scene. That's not to say the first half of the episode was bad. It was just a little slow. Most of the first half was basically just being introduced to all the different butlers who are going to be working with Killua. But there were some really nice tense scenes, especially with the introduction of Subone, who seems like she's going to be a very fun character. Otherwise, Leorio completely steals the show this week, not only with his ridiculous personality, but bringing up Kurapika again, and finally giving Ging the punch of a lifetime, which frankly, I didn't see coming. I thought that Ging might have just blocked it, but no, he took that thing dead on, which is just great. Otherwise, the animation, the artwork, the music, the voice acting, it was all great this week. And nostalgic. The minute Leorio finally came in, you could hear his music start to kick in, and it gave me that great old school feeling when I used to see him all the time. And it's just great to have him back. If they can just bring Kurapika back into the picture, then the entire trifecta of the main characters of Hunter x Hunter can come together for a quartet of awesomeness. So, great episode right here. A lot of development. some pretty cool action at the end, a little bit of humor, and getting to see some fan favorites. Not only Leorio, but all of the people who are visiting Gon in the hospital. So, awesome episode, 9 out of 10. Check it out. Thank you guys for watching my review today. Before you leave, make sure and hit that like button so you can give this video a thumbs up. It really helps us out a lot. And if you guys watched this week's episode of Hunter x Hunter, I would love to hear your thoughts about it, and you can tell me with your comments below. What did you think of Leorio punching Ging? Remember guys, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and you can also check us out on Facebook and on Twitter. I'll put links for those in the description box below.
Do you like Amazon.com? I know I do. Corey and I now have an Amazon link in our video description box below. And if you go to it and buy anything through Amazon.com, it will support our channel. So bookmark that link, make it happen, and support our channel without having to do a damn thing.
Another great way you guys can help support our channel is by donating directly through our PayPal link in the description box below. We recommend $2 a month, although this is completely optional. But the best way to go about this is by sneaking into your mom's room and taking $2. This way, she won't even notice. And we won't have to shake you up for all of your lunch money. So guys, that concludes this review today. Super Kami Guru 9000. Out.